Hey there, everybody. Welcome to our new Big Brother 25 live feed spoilers. Today is day 15 in the house. Happy 2 week mark, everybody. There's only 85 days to go until the season is over.
I mean, yeah, there's a lot still coming up, but it does feel like it's going by kind of fast. 2 weeks already. I mean, we've been waiting all summer for Big Brother to finally start.
Yeah,
And yeah, it's a long season, but it really feels like it's going by like this.
it feels like it's going by really fast. If we could only like inception ourselves into some
Mhm.
people in that, I feel like for a couple people in the house, the last couple days may feel like they've gone by, I don't know, feels like 3 weeks with the amount of just nonsense that has happened.
Some people have played 100 Days of Big Brother in 2 weeks.
There's there's a lot going on here. It is the classic case of nobody in this house can make up their mind. It's just like, guys, listen, you're probably gonna flip flop like 20 more times from the time that we're recording this until like the eviction tomorrow night. It's like we're just trying to mentally prepare for this at this point. Like in 2 hours, everything could be different because that's how these people seem to work.
It's so exciting. I mean, to be honest, how many
Yeah.
times have we seen, oh, the whole house is, we're going to vote with the house and we're all going to just vote together and we'll do the easy thing. And that's not happening this season. I mean, this is what we've all been waiting for.
Yeah, it is sort of a we always get the questions and you guys say, who are you rooting for? Who are you rooting for? I think the number one person or thing that I'm rooting for is the mystical being known as Chaos, who comes into the house, makes people nuts, gives us entertainment. How can you not be entertained by the nonsense that we're getting right now, people?
Before we get much further into this, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We have all kinds of Big Brother coverage here
Yes.
at the channel, and we're covering a bunch of other shows here too. Only Murders in the Building is back. We've got Justified is wrapping up, which has, it's been pretty good this season. Only Murders is amazing this season. Ahsoka starting up next week. We just learned American Horror Story coming back September 20th. We're going to be covering that as well as Daryl Dixon, The Walking Dead. There is a lot going on here at the channel. So if you're a TV fan, Big Brother fan, hit that subscribe button. Okay,
Yeah, yeah,
Big Brother. Here's a quick setup for the week.
yeah.
We have Hisam. He is the HOH. He has also won the veto. Riley and Cameron, they're remaining on the block after the veto ceremony. Who's going? As Matt said, it keeps changing.
It's all just a toss up. Okay, we'll take it through the process, the magical mystery tour that is this week, because starting on Monday, a plan started to hatch that the vote is going to be flipped, and all of BB Twitter commenced rejoicing because let's be honest, it's not like we're all rooting for Riley. It's just that we're not rooting for Cameron, and so by default, like Riley gets the support here, but Sari had seemingly wanted Riley to stay for a long time. Like, back last week, we were talking a little bit about this that, Riley is probably good for Sari's game.
Mhm.
Riley's not coming at Sari. Like, we've gone through all of this, but on Monday night, like one of the key pieces in the snowball that eventually becomes an avalanche happens when Izzy starts to get a little bit on board with this idea.
Yeah, I mean, originally it seemed that Riley was going to be the target, and then Heisem was kind of a jerk to her during the whole veto ceremony speech, and he later apologized. But at that point, everybody was just like, oh, okay, Heisem, we see you.
This is something I will never ever in a million years understand. And I get it. We all want people to go up on TV during these ceremonies and be like, you suck. I'm getting rid of you because you're terrible. You cook bad food in the house. You don't clean up after yourself. You're the worst human being ever. Like, we all want that for entertainment, but the cheesy diplomatic, I love you, but the house decided this. I wish you the best. That is the best way to go about these ceremonies because something like this happens where Hisam acts like a jerk. He gets everybody raising all these sort of questions, and then it puts a microscope on every other little thing that you do, because it was sort of uncovered that Hisam was plotting a potential side alliance with Jag and Blue, trying to think
Mhm.
about the future, discussing the idea of potentially naming it down the road, though there's no official name at the moment.
Mhm.
But this made Sari and the other professors upset, because as we spoke about earlier this week, possibly naming other alliances was against one of Hisam's own rules that he came up with himself in his speech full of arrogance.
Yeah, and the idea here was that Riley, Matt, Jag, and Blue could all be weapons to go against Hisam moving forward. And Suri and Izzy both had long, long
Yeah.
talks with Riley just to really make sure that she was comfortable with them. They were comfortable with her, made it really clear that she's staying, talked about possibly aligning and different, alliance groupings. And I mean, Riley, of course, was very happy to hear this news, especially after that veto ceremony and everything that how it went down. Like, she was really happy. She was, dancing by herself. And, I'm not here being like, I'm a huge Riley fan,
Yeah.
but it wasn't that great how she was spoken to in that veto ceremony. That was kind of like, I don't want to see her go home this week.
If Riley is evicted this week, how many people do you think are going to create gifs of her dancing in storage room and send it to her in a no 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 no, like the Kimbe Matumbo style? Not so fast, Riley. Why did
Yep.
you, Riley? You can never. Here's when you dance in the storage room after the eviction is over. Don't trust these people. You should know this at this point, Riley. There is a reason why you got put on the block in the first place. You created a whole mess of yourself, and then people didn't trust you anymore.
Yeah, I think it's really hard. This game is really hard. I know I keep saying that, but it really is. And I think it's just when you're so down, then you're put on the block, and then you get that speech at you, and you feel really humiliated in front of everybody, that any kind of good news is going to have you dancing.
Okay, so here's one person who has basically been against all of this from the start. Like McCall, aka Mimi, she's called Mimi on the feed, who she doesn't feel like Riley needed to. Actually, sorry, she feels like Riley has needed to go this whole time. Like, she has been very, very, very consistent with all of this, and
Mhm.
she's got a very business-like approach to things. Like, her basic idea behind all this was pretty simple. It's just like, why are we going after Hisam right now? Like, isn't him being a target actually good for us? Like, isn't this something that we should all be like, hey, we're not going to be the targets moving forward. He's going to be the target moving forward. Like, why do we need Riley to go after Hisam? There's obviously, we could sit here and be like, there's going to be plenty of other people who will want to go after Heisa moving forward, because let's be honest, he was a jerk in the veto ceremony. He has been really arrogant. He has won a ton of competitions. He has basically just built and slathered paint all over the target himself.
100%. She's correct. I said this in the last
Yeah.
video too. Like, why would you get rid of Hisam this early? There's 100 days of Big Brother to play here. He's a huge target. He can win competitions where he's going to be protecting your group of people, your alliance. People will always go after him first. So, is it time? It feels a little bit early. I agree with her.
This is where things get hard for me in my head, because it's just like, I want to see Cameron talking to Julie Chen as soon as humanly possible.
Absolutely.
However, this is a situation where it feels like keeping Riley is probably a good move for Sari, because,
Mhm.
Sari's got a bond with Riley.
Yep.
It gives her, some more flexibility, people to work with, all that stuff moving forward. We know how good, how adaptable Sari is as a player. The problem is, for a lot of other people in her alliance, is it a good move? probably not.
Yeah, Tuesday night there was a lot of flip-flopping on this once it became really clear that a lot of people are going to go after Hisam next, regardless if Riley stays or doesn't stay. I mean, Izzy and Cerise started to kind of back off on some stuff. Corey felt like they could just make Hisam feel comfortable,
Yeah.
keep Cameron, I don't know why, and then blindside him later. Cameron got to go.
This is just where things get unbelievably messy at this point because like Izzy has already spoken to America and Jags learned that like, they're flipping back to evicting Riley at this point. And like I said, this could all change in like 4 hours. But this could all be really bad for Izzy and Suri. Like really, really bad. It's Big Brother. They're entitled to do what they want in the game, but you just gave these people so much hope over these past like 24 hours that you had executed this vote flip, and now all of a sudden you're just like, wait just a gosh darn minute here. Like, they'll probably try, my guess, to say nice things to you, be like, okay, we totally understand. But I think in the back of their heads, they're just going to be like, can we trust these people moving forward? They may back off of any other plan that we come up with. It is a very, very big risk. Okay, so Corey has started to work his way into Suri, Izzy, and Jim. My guy Corey, already doing what he can, but he's already frustrated with the flip-flopping. What a shock. People are frustrated with the flip-flopping in the house at the moment.
Yeah, I mean, I understand that he's frustrated with it. It's got to be tough where it's just like, it's so early on, we just need to make a decision and move forward with it. It's Wednesday.
Yeah, you guys, I understand that you don't have anything else to do in the house. Like, let's make that very clear. It's not like they can all go and just, watch a TV show in the backyard. But at a certain point, you start to doubt if somebody keeps flip-flopping. It's like, are you doing this just for my benefit to make me feel like you're trying to convince me a certain way? Are you being legitimate in all of this? I think it erodes trust. And Corey wants a little bit of trust. Like, don't we all want a little bit of trust in Big Brother?
Okay, Cameron has done almost nothing so far to campaign to do anything to stay, which for me, as a fan of this show, is always quite frustrating. And I do understand why he feels probably that he doesn't need to, that, after that speech, that maybe he's just like, I'm feeling comfortable. Everything's going to be okay. I'll just lay back a little bit. And sometimes that strategy can work. But at the same time, I mean, you got to act like you're not as comfortable as you are, or then I'd be looking at you being like, why isn't he's not having conversations with anybody. There's something going on here that isn't good.
This is really where everything gets in my craw a little bit here, where it is a situation where it makes sense for a certain number of people to keep Cameron in the game. Like, I will agree with that. I will understand that. I'm not going to be an irrational Big Brother fan in these videos being like, get rid of this, what, at all costs, just because I don't like him and I don't like Cameron. But it feels like there should be an unwritten rule in all of this, where if you're not fighting for your life, a trap door should just open underneath you and you should just fall into the pit of sadness. Maybe this takes you to the nether region. Maybe it takes you somewhere else. I don't care. It's just like when somebody's not really fighting, it really bothers me. And Riley, to her defense, like she has really, really tried hard. I'm not sitting here and saying she is the greatest Big Brother player of all time, because she's not, but she is at least trying her best.
Yeah, it feels like she really cares that she's there. And, Cameron did walk in on Jag and Blue whispering. And at that point, if I was Cameron, I know they tried to play it off, but if I was Cameron, I would be worried. And I would be at least trying, even if I felt really comfortable, I'd be trying to pretend that I'm a little bit worried. You can't ever look like you're on solid footing in this house.
No. And I mean, maybe it's turning in his head. Maybe he'll come out today and do some, it's just like, it's Wednesday. I just took a second after I said that because it's like, what day is it? I don't even know what day it is of the week anymore.
We are covering so
Yeah,
many TV shows because not only are we covering the ones that I mentioned at the beginning, we
yeah.
are also going back and doing Shrinking the Bear, Hijack, and we're starting the morning show today. So we are just so tired.
I legit, when I woke up this morning, I was like, well, I gotta get ready for the Big Brother eviction show tonight. I thought it was Thursday for at least 15 minutes. Like we said, day 15, everybody. On like day 30, we're gonna show up in like Halloween costumes, thinking it's already Halloween, and you guys in the comments are gonna be like, guys, it's the start of September. What is wrong with you?
Yeah, we said in our live stream last night, we have live streams
Yeah.
over on our Patreon every Tuesday, that Matt is going to be dressing up as a vampire for Halloween over there. So if you guys are interested in seeing Matt as a vampire, that's going to be happening over on our live stream on Patreon.
I still need to work on the vampire voice here. Okay, so technically, this is a part of the interesting thing, and I don't know how much a lot of the Riley side of the house is thinking about this right now.
Mhm.
All they really need to figure this out is you got Matt, Jag, Blue,
Mhm.
America, Sari, Izzy, and then you just need one more person. You know, maybe it's Corey who can come back. Maybe it's somebody else. Like, it is a very interesting situation with the votes right now. Like, Sari and Izzy, like, what are the things they may be thinking about a lot here when it comes to should we flip? Should we not flip? That is the question that they may not want to isolate themselves among like everybody else in the Professor Alliance, because if not everybody is on board with it, we've already kind of gone into how McCall's not really the biggest fan of this idea at all, then you really are kind of putting yourself in a position where why are Suri and Izzy pushing this so much? Why don't they want to be with the rest of us professors? Like, what's going on with them? And that can create a little bit of internal chaos. That may not be something that Riley's side is really thinking about, but they need to do this vote counting. They need to sort of see, okay, who is it exactly
Mhm.
that we need? The troubling thing about all this is, of course, like after the eviction, when it's like these people aren't voting with them, they'll start being like, were they ever really with us?
Right?
Yeah,
I mean, Blue and Jag, they're wanting to work on a plan to keep Riley, but they don't want to strong arm anyone
yeah,
and make it so obvious that the three of them have been, together, working together, whatever. But I
yeah,
giggle because I think everybody kind of knows that they're tight. So I
yeah.
mean, yeah, they should put it out there. Why not? Everybody's really talking about things this week. It is flip-flopping back and forth. You do have to jump in there.
Yeah, this is a situation where I don't think anybody after the fact, like let's say this plan sticks and Riley goes out the door on Thursday, like, there's a decent chance at this point that that's going to happen. I don't think anybody after Riley is potentially gone here is going to be like, Blue, Jack, why did you fight so hard to save Riley? It's just like in their heads, they're gonna know, okay, look, this is somebody who you guys were aligned with. I mean, you shouldn't go so crazy as to just be like, I will never work with you if you get rid of her or anything. But fighting to save one of your allies is just, it's a part of Big Brother. People are going to understand it. I think as long as they can sort of figure out a way to move forward, pivot, find some new people to work with, in
Mhm.
the event that he's gone. Like I still am not giving up on my guy Jag. I still feel like working with Riley has corrupted a certain part of his mind. He's not thinking as clearly as he otherwise should be. But you know what? Things can change in the Big Brother house, and they can change quickly.
Mhm.
You still got a chance. I still believe in you. Okay.
Yeah, you do.
Now it is time to talk about everybody's favorite part of Big Brother, or at least Allison Grodner's favorite part of Big Brother,
Mhm.
showmances. Who doesn't love a good showmance, everybody? Everybody who leave a heart in the chat if you're all about the showmances in Big
Yeah.
Brother. The funniest thing about the showmances this season is like the show seems to really want one with Matt and Riley. Like seems to be the angle that we've all kind of gotten. And, some other players even seem like they may want a Matt and Riley showmance. And who knows, maybe if Riley stays, like, this could be something that eventually comes about. But it's like, nothing has, like, really, really happened here as of yet. And if this will be the one positive thing to Riley going this week, if she goes this week, is it thankfully denies us all an opportunity to see something like this play out. Matt, I still like you. I'm still rooting for you. I don't need to see you in a showmance in Big Brother. I do not need to hear all of the like kissy sounds and like all the weirdness that comes with all of this. No, I'm good.
No, it would be great to just have this season be romance free. I don't know why the show always wants to push for that.
Yeah.
Us as live feeders, I like to watch the live feeds. I'm not here to watch people making out. I'm here to watch people gaming, and that's what I want to see going down. And I mean, some casuals out there might enjoy it. My dad and my stepmom, they're both casuals. They don't watch the live feeds. They just like the show, and they are not interested in romances whatsoever. They're just like, who's gaming, who's scheming. And, the show just needs to, really lean into their cast. If their cast is there to play and they're really there to play hard, and it feels like there's a lot of game players, that's what people are here for, most people. I'm sure there's some people out there that are like, I love love. I love love too, but this is not the show for that. This is a house built on lies. I don't need to see love on this show.
If we want to watch love on TV, there's so many other great places that we can go for this. Like, I say great as if like Bachelor Nation is like consistently great or something, but there's Too Hot to Handle. You really love Too Hot to Handle.
Oh, I do, but that's not for romances either. I mean, they just like released yesterday that nobody stayed together. So I mean,
I guess okay. Big Brother, you guys have a decent track record of relationships. I will give you that. But you know what I've never done once in my entire life? Been like, I wonder how insert showmance here from past seasons is doing. I'm going to go and look them up. I'm going to have a parasocial relationship with them. I'm going to be like, you guys go and get married. I believe in you. Never happened.
No, I couldn't care less about the Big Brother relationships. However, Love is Blind. I care who is together and who is not, and I do not know why.
I've never watched Love is Blind once in my life. I cannot. I have no opinion on the Love is Blind relationships. But you know what? We will be back here with more opinions on Big Brother as we get to the other side of whatever this eviction may be. By the time we're back on Friday, this may be the end of, I don't know if we want to call this like Riley's reign of chaos. If she goes, you're not my favorite player, but you at least brought something to the feed. So I will salute you for that, if nothing else.
Absolutely. And you fought to stay, and I respect that.
And if you go, Cameron, good riddance. Okay, well, we will wrap this video up, but now go ahead and check out our other coverage. I mean, Only Murders in the Building has started. It is phenomenal. Justified, City, Primeval. There's so much good stuff. Hit that subscribe button, and we will see you here next time.